Man TV channel, and we have a film review today. This is one that's got to be on Amazon Prime in a few days. I'm recording this, and it's an interesting one. It's based on an old stage theatre production, stage play. And it's called One Night in Miami. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button. If you want to get notifications of when my vlogs come out, just press that old notification button as well. It'd be fantastic. I do film reviews, TV drama reviews, little quizzes sometimes, poster movie battles, all various things, information vlogs, and you'll also see some football stuff as well. So if that's of any interest to you, I mean, this is obviously about a film, but if any interest in football, I support Manchester City, and I do City history vlogs and City present vlogs. So if you know anyone who might be interested, please give them a nudge in my direction, and that'd be fantastic if you can do that for me. And there's also a couple of links on screen for Facebook and Twitter, so if you follow and friend me on there, I do check every 2 or 3 days, and follow and friend everyone back on there, and post lots of stuff on there, and try and entertain and inform like I do on these vlogs as well. So there you go. Right, One Night in Miami, 15 rating, an hour and 54 minutes with about some credits, so about an hour and 47, an hour and 48 minute runtime. And it's a drama about a fictionalized, so it's obviously all made up, if you like, but obviously made up from true, sort of true. You know what the characters in it. We know what they're about, so it's obviously made up of what we think they may have said and what they may have done with each other. It's a fictionalized meeting of Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown, and Sam Cooke, and it's a fictionalized account of a meeting in a Miami hotel room in February 1964 after the Ali's surprise title win over Sonny Liston. And it's the first feature directed by Regina King, so it's a directorial debut from her based on the stage play of the same name. Stars Kingsley Ben-Adir as Malcolm X, Ellie Gurry as Ali, Aldis Hodge as Jim Brown, and Leslie Odom Jr. as Sam Cooke. Also stars Yukina Kalukango, Nicolette Robinson, Beau Bridges, and Lance Reddick in some various supporting roles. Yeah, it was released on Christmas Day in some limited theatres by Amazon Studios, so Amazon took this on. And it will be released digitally on Prime Video, so if you've got your Amazon Prime there, on January the 15th, 2021, which is about 4 or 5 days away as I'm recording this. Is it any good? Yeah, well, as the critics seem to like it. Rotten Tomatoes, the film holds an approval rating of 97%. That's not bad, is it? 97% based on 157 reviews. That's 153 fresh and just 4 rotten. So there's four people didn't like it. An average rating of 8.3 out of 10, which is very, very healthy. And the website's consensus of the critics, so they put all their heads together and they come up with a statement: a hauntingly powerful reflection on larger-than-life figures. One Night in Miami finds Regina King in command of her craft in her featured directorial debut. Well, she certainly is. The audience, yeah, not quite as enamoured, the audience on Rotten Tomatoes. The 37 people have left a score. It's getting a 68% positivity rating from the audience. So, yeah, not as into it perhaps as the critics. Metacritic, the other site we'll look at for these reviews, it's getting an 81% approval rating based on 28 critics. That's 25 positive reviews and 3 mixed reviews, and it scores anywhere between 6 and 9.1 out of 10. BBC sees Nicholas Barber, he only gave it 6 out of 10, which is okay. It's the watchable rating. It's my magical 6 out. Anything 6 out of 10 is always watchable. Nicholas Barber wrote, as unbalanced as it might be, One Night in Miami is a well-acted history lesson and a sincere tribute to the men, their friendship and their inspiring cultural importance. It's just that King and Power's treatment of that outstanding premise hasn't quite made the leap from stage play to big screen film. Yeah, I sort of echo that a little bit. It has landed in a TV movie territory instead. Yeah, I mean, interesting point made there. But that was the lowest score. We've got the Hollywood Reporter's David Rooney. He gave it 8 out of 10, so he liked it a lot. He said, to some extent, One Night in Miami remains high-quality film theatre. It does, but the conviction and stirring feeling brought to it elevate the material, making this an auspicious feature debut. Here's hoping that King, one of our most consistently excellent screen actors, continues to spread her wings in this direction. And succinctly said, Entertainment Weekly's Leah Greenblatt, 9.1 out of 10, the highest mark. A quintessentially American tale, profane, profound and beautiful. And anything else, she sums it up. Internet Movie Database, yeah, well, Joe Public, you, me, the watchers, the, you know, the normal people, if you like. Yeah, 888 reviews as I'm recording this. 6 out of 10. So it just scrapes the bare watchable rating, doesn't it? A couple of the comments. Successful transference from theatre to film. Yeah, it was. One Night in Miami is a good directorial debut. It is. Someone else wrote, this film has a smattering of ironic, humorous moments which serve it well because a good chunk of the film is a bit intense. Yeah, I'd agree with that. With regards to philosophy and interpersonal tensions, the rhythm got bogged down several times, but there are some lively moments, especially revolving around musical performances. Yeah, again, I can't quibble with that critique, to be honest with you. And someone else just wrote refreshing. So there you go. Right, Bernard's thoughts. What did I think of this? Yeah. It's quite interesting, actually. Obviously, there's quite a few little user reviews that I read through, and that was just obviously the bullet points, some sort of comments. But there's a lot more common sense, I think, coming from those user reviews than the critics themselves. Although the positive, a lot of the user reviews are all positive. It's very. I don't think I found a negative one as such. They're pretty honest about some of the film's actual limitations, which obviously has to do, I think, with the stage drama aspects of it. I think most of the critics are falling over themselves to be perhaps a little bit too positive. Yeah, I mean, there's I don't mind the positivity about the actors. They did a superb job in this, but perhaps because of the subject matter, they feel as though they have to be a bit over the top, which is fair enough. But I suppose the critics need to be perhaps, in my mind, just a little bit more critical as well. They shouldn't fall into this trap of just because of the subject matter of the film that they've got to give it high things. And I think some of them do. I'm not saying they all do, but I think some of them do. There was a danger of the film being a little too dry. I mean, there are sort of 20, 30, 15, 20-minute sections where it's just verbal, just discussions, etc. But there's some nice little subplots and stories that keep you entertained. Even when you appear to get a little bit bogged down, you do get a little bit of a sub-story thrown at you. But yeah, so those 15, 20-minute verbal stuff won't be to everyone's taste, but if you're a fan of obviously stage drama in itself, you'd be quite used to that sort of thing. So if you're a fan of that, it won't really worry you too much. Of course, if you have those things where people say, "Oh, if you had a dinner date, people living and dead, who would you invite round?" So I think this is like the ultimate dinner date, isn't it? With these four American icons, if you like. But obviously, this all takes place in a sort of party in a boring hotel room in Miami. Well, I thought it might be a bit more livelier. But at least they had ice cream, so that was half the battle, wasn't it? But yeah, would I have them for my dinner date? Possibly. Not sure I'd see eye to eye with Malcolm X, to be honest with you. I mean, I've read up a little bit on Malcolm X, and I've seen obviously films of Malcolm X. I've not read any actual things on his actual biographies as such. But yeah, I don't think we'd see eye to eye, but it would be lively, and I think obviously that's what made the film lively as well, because obviously he's trying to make his point across to the various characters, and sometimes he wins and sometimes he doesn't. That's just how he is. He, like a lot of people, he has an opinion, and it's very hard to get him off that opinion. So yeah, anyway, if I had a dinner date, I probably would invite Malcolm X if I had to, but it would be interesting, wouldn't it? There are some good philosophical points from all the characters, some serious issues and subjects, and certainly friction, but this all adds to the watchability of the film. Even though, as I say, even at times it does become verbal, it's still very, very watchable. As for the actors, I think it's been mentioned they're excellent performances all round, I think, from all the main actors and the four main actors in this. And yes, as a directorial debut, it isn't half bad either. It's pretty good. It's certainly very watchable. It never really escapes its stage origins, I don't think, quite. It's sort of, you want it to sometimes, but then you know it's not going to go off at too much of a tangent because it's sticking to its stage origins. But so that does hold it back a little bit from being perhaps a must-watch and it just ends up being a good watch, which is what I thought it was. So I'm going to give it a little bit better than my watchable rating. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10 because, as I said, I did enjoy it. As I say, it did keep me interested for an hour and 48 minutes, or whichever it was. But I did get the urge to want to see some other stories expanded on. So it's a sort of episodic sort of thing for me. I'd love to see an 8-part series with the characters, perhaps going off on where they, exploring where they met and how they got to know each other, etc., that sort of thing. But obviously we're not going to see that, are we? But as I said, with the limitations of the stage play conversion, that's what we got, and it was okay. It was a good watch, but not fantastic. So I'm going to give it 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, I've been showing a poster, haven't I? The poster's all right if you like the actors. I mean, it was fantastic, because there's great acting performances, so great actors, a little bit of a backdrop of Miami there, etc. So yeah, I'll give the poster 6 out of 10, but I think the film's a worthy winner today. I think film 6.5 out of 10 and the poster just 6 out of 10. Anyway, if you get to watch this on Amazon Prime in the next few days, let me know in the comments what you think. Anyway, I quite enjoyed it. It was okay. Nothing wrong with it at all, but not quite as up there as some of the critics would have you believe, unfortunately. But it is a really, really good film. Right. Thanks for watching. Please, whatever you do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. Until we meet again here on my film and TV channel, or perhaps you flit across to my Football Citizen channel. Until we meet again, please stay safe, everyone. It's been the same. Bye for now.